Welcome to Your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 902. If you are writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book but you need some help getting it done, you are in the right place. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh. If you're looking for me online, look for Christine Inc., like that stuff we write with. Each day, I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 20 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they can even turn a quote-unquote non-author into a published one. Those three things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Here's today's quote. Take time to deliberate, but when the time for action has arrived, stop thinking and go in. Napoleon Bonaparte. And once again, good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Today, I want to talk about something that I'm kind of guilty of doing quite a bit and often, overthinking. It's turned into a joke, actually, between my aerial personal trainer and me when he teaches me a new move and I say, okay, let me overthink this for a minute. Call it perfectionism, anxiety, self-sabotage, something else. But I feel like I'm ahead in the game just a little bit, simply because of self-awareness. For author purposes, let's translate overthinking to overcomplicating, as in overcomplicating the writing process. I see authors doing this in a variety of ways, making the already challenging process of writing a book even more unnecessarily complicated. Here are three things I've seen, and some of these you'll notice probably started off as good intentions or a productive strategy before it went a little bit too far and it went over to the bad place. Number one, fancy software, including word processing programs and other complex writing tools. Many years ago, I decided I wanted to be a fancier screenwriter, so I got myself the latest version of the software Scrivener, and I actually don't know if it's pronounced Scrivener or Scrivener now that I think about it, and I literally spent an entire weekend learning it. And this was extra committed of me since I had a 9-to-5 Monday through Friday day job at the time, which those of you of those know it's never 9 to 5 because of commuting, and it was LA at the time, so it was like my entire week. But this entire weekend, I spent learning that software. And by the time I finished learning it, the idea of trying to navigate it on a daily basis, actually writing things, had lost its appeal. So I went back to my old standby, Microsoft Word, which over the years evolved into Google Docs so I can collaborate with clients and others. Here's my point. If the fancy writing tools and software actually serve your writing habit, then have at it. Go for it. But don't confuse the process with the goal, which is to write and finish writing a great book. There are authors out there, I think, still typing their manuscripts on old typewriters because that's what works for them. Do the thing and only use the tools that result in you writing your book. Trust that there are smart tech people out there who can turn your pages, no matter what they look like, into a book at the end of the process. Number two, getting stuck in development. And yes, this is coming from me, the inventor of the book blueprint book development process. This definitely falls under the category of something that starts as a good thing, but then after enough time passes and enough overthinking, goes to the bad place. The goal of book development is to give you some sort of roadmap to follow as you write your book. How detailed of a roadmap is up to you. But I recommend using something versus nothing versus staring at a blank white page every day trying to figure out your book and write it all at the same time. That's just bad multitasking. Book development goes over to the bad place when you refuse to stop doing it and you refuse to get on with writing your book. When you come up with a million rationalizations and organizational techniques, I've seen all the things, so also that you can stay stuck in the comfort zone and write your book versus following all of the possible paths. Pull the trigger and move forward. Because here's the thing. You are never going to feel ready to start writing your book. I don't care if you have a 50-page book blueprint plotting out every last intended step of your writing process. You are never going to feel ready because, quite frankly, at the beginning of the book process, when your idea is first being hatched, there are countless infinite paths it can take. The goal of book development is to pick a path and say, that's good enough for now. This will work until it doesn't. I have what I need to get started, to see where it goes. And at least if it doesn't go where I thought it was going to, I have a plan to adjust. You can't adjust a plan that doesn't exist. You can't edit a blank page. Just don't get stuck overthinking and overcomplicating your plan. Just like you'll have to do when you're done writing your book, put a finish line on your book development process. I recommend putting a date on it. Have the courage to say, this is good enough for now. It gives me a place to go, and I'm willing to get started. Number 3, finally, don't overcomplicate the book writing process by obsessing about how other people are writing their books and what success they appear to be having. Operative word, appear. Because honestly, we never know, even though we think we do, even though we think they're being totally candid on social media, we don't know what's happening behind closed doors. So don't compare yourself to that. If you're going to overcomplicate the book writing process, overcomplicate it with your own stuff, not other people's. As I also mentioned in Sunday's episode earlier this week, keep your eyes on your own work. Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. And I would love to see you stop by my Inc. Authors group on Facebook. I always put the link in the show notes. Say hello and let us know how we can support your writing goals. Until tomorrow, happy writing.